The first step to manifesting love is often not what people think it is. In fact, almost nobody that I've talked to tells me what I'm about to tell you. And if you look at how Victoria looks at me and how I look at her, if you notice how we play and dance together, if you notice that, we come from completely different, backgrounds, far, far away. I'm from redneck USA. She's from sophisticated Melbourne, Australia. She's traveled a lot. I've traveled a little. But I got to tell you something. Love matters because love is what you are. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Neville Goddard Podcast. My name is Mr. 2020. Feel free to like, love, and share the show. Right? Leave a comment wherever you find this at, and I'd love to hear from you. So the first step in manifesting love is what I do for you. I imagine you happy. How would I experience you as a happy person? Even if I don't know you, even if I've never heard from you, I can imagine hearing from you. And me being happy that you have found some joy in life. You being happy that you found some love, some satisfaction, a new way of looking at things that changes who you are. Because you're discovering how this works. The first step in manifesting love, as far as I can tell, always comes down to this. I imagine her happy. I imagine you happy. Clients, customers, I imagine you happy. And here's the cool thing. We've all got free will. You want to deny that? That just gets you into problems. I have people that argue with me about that. It's like, if I didn't have free will, how could you argue with me? I'd be agreeing with you. But Neville Goddard says we all have the free will to choose what states we accept or reject. And that's where free will ends. Because the state that you accept or reject determines everything. So I can accept the state of her happy. I can accept the state of you happy. And you guys can accept it. We call that the relief of possession. Because it doesn't eliminate problems. Neville says you're going to have problems. I say you're going to hit speed bumps. And keep driving the bus. If you're going to McDonald's and you hit a speed bump, do you stop? Do you cry? Do you get out of the car and then burn it to the ground? Or do you keep driving to McDonald's? A speed bump is a speed bump. No big deal. I have flown around the world many times while moving to Melbourne, Australia. And I got to tell you, it's a long flight and you hit turbulence. And some people freak out. And I just imagine being at home in the garden. The first step to manifesting love. Imagine them happy. How would I feel if Victoria was happy? How would I really feel? Because when you love someone, when you realize you are love, when you realize that what they are is love, all you can do is imagine their happiness. The second step in the love pack, by the way, howtomanifestlove.com, is imagining you happy. See, I'm practically giving it to you in today's podcast, but I still hope you go get it and dive deep. Imagine you happy. Because I hear the emails. I get the emails from people, and they say, hey, I'm imagining them happy, but what if they're happy without me? What if I'm miserable? What if they're... And say, yeah, you're not doing the second step, which is imagining you happy. You get to imagine you happy, too. You could imagine you struggling. You could imagine you at war. You could imagine lots of things. Or you could simply, lift them up. And that starts lifting you up. You imagine them happy. And as you lift you up as well, why not imagine you happy as well? While you're imagining them happy. And of course people say, well, okay, so how do I guarantee that they're with me? You're not nailing the second part. If you imagine you happy, you imagine them happy, right? You're not going to have all this worry about that. You can skip all that. There's two more steps. We're not going to go into them today. But I can promise you this much. If you imagine them happy, if you live from that altitude, and then you imagine you happy, and you can feel that in your belly, the next two bits take care of themselves. But I would strongly suggest, and I invite you to howtomanifestlove.com. We've got a cool little $7 pack there. We also have at NevilleGoddardStore.com the Look of Love live call. And you can hear us. We talk in that recording about love, about our experiences of it. We answer questions, we explore. Because I met her 13 years ago, almost, right? 12 years, 10 months, something like that, 12 years, 9 months. And when people say, middle-aged marriages, we were in our 40s, right? Oh, people that are divorced before, middle-aged marriages, coming from different cultures, moving around the world. You guys got it a lot stacked against you. Mm-hmm. But we have one thing going for us. We are love. If you got gold, howtomanifestlove.com and the Look of Love live call. Both of those, by the way, are at NevilleGoddardStore.com. And now what I want you to do is just pick somebody pseudo-randomly. I'm going to pick... I'm just going to pick you. And of course, I don't know who you are, perhaps. Maybe I do. But I can just imagine getting your emails, letting me know, hey, I got gold from today's podcast. Hey, I'm picking up that pack. You made sense to me. It's not about control. It's about recognizing love, exploring and expanding. And now, imagine lovingly for someone. Imagine them happy as we go into the silence. We love you. Dive deeper, soar higher. Have a lovely day. See ya.